The following is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com proudly present live stream video coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball. WLCN's coverage of Lady Railer basketball is brought to you in part by these fine sponsors. Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburger. Stop by before or after the game, located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln. Whether buying or selling, trust the professionals at Me Realty. For more information, check out merealty.com. Joe Ryan Country Financial, located in downtown Lincoln at 509 Pulaski Street. Call 217-735-4385. Heartland Community College, Lincoln. Heartland Community College is Lincoln's community college. At Heartland, you'll get the personal attention and support you need to be a successful student. Discover Heartland, discover your future. Visit heartland.edu/Lincoln. Schneider Masonry, family owned and operated in Central Illinois with over 40 years of experience serving builders, contractors, and homeowners. Free estimates available. Call 217-314-9654. Blades Nail and Hair Salon, located at 241 Madigan Drive in Lincoln, offering salon services for hair, skincare, waxing, nails, lashes, and brows. Go online to bladeshairandnailsalon.com or call 217-732-7213. The Comfort Inn and Suites near Route 66, providing you with relaxing accommodations and essential travel amenities you need. The Lincoln Dare program, Dare to Resist Drugs and Violence. The Hampton Inn in Lincoln. You'll love all the luxury and amenities the Hampton Inn has to offer, including a delicious full hot breakfast, indoor heated pool, and whirlpool, along with competitive rates. James Siddons, a proud supporter and longtime fan of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball. Thank you for watching WLCN's exclusive live stream video coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball. Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order Butterburgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln.
Hi, Joe Ryan here with Country Financial. As pensions go by the wayside and your retirement approaches, have you thought about what your retirement income will look like? No, I'm not talking about how much money you have saved. I am talking about a retirement income, a guaranteed paycheck for life. That's right, a paycheck issued to you every month for the rest of your life. Sound interesting? Let's talk. 735-4385. Hi, Joe Ryan here with Country Financial. As pensions go by the wayside and your retirement approaches,
Good afternoon, Railer Nation, and welcome to the matinee edition again this Saturday of Lincoln Lady Railer basketball. Part of a big day of basketball here at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium. The Lincoln freshmen, I think, played at 9 o'clock this morning. There was no JV game because Charleston does not have a junior varsity team, so we only had the varsity contest for the ladies this afternoon. And then later this afternoon at 5 p.m., it will be the Lincoln boys JV coming off a win last night. And then it'll be the Lincoln varsity at 6:30, both of them facing the Panthers from Decatur Eisenhower. And you can catch the varsity action here on WLCN 96.3 FM. Again, today it's the Lincoln Lady Railers with a record of 24-0 and ranked number 2 in the state now, going against the Lady Trojans from Charleston with a record of 2-19, 0-9 in the Apollo Conference. And Coach, you and I were talking earlier, this was a program that earlier in the year, right after we had played them, had considered disbanding the program or suspending the varsity program for the remainder of the year, but changed their minds and decided to continue with freshmen and mostly freshmen and sophomores on their varsity roster and continue the season, but not have a JV team.
Exactly. They've got 4 juniors, and the rest of their 16-team roster is freshman, sophomore. So, and like you said, I think, and Jay mentioned earlier that, you know, it's probably a good fit, like going up against the varsity level instead of disbanding that and playing tough. It's just going to make them better in the next couple years.
If you're going to learn, you might as well learn playing the better competition at the varsity level as opposed to the JV level. Although the challenge for the coach, Shani Iberg, is basically how do you keep the girls from getting their dauber down? And 2-19, that's going to be awful tough for them. You're going to have to do a lot of positive reinforcement for these kids.
Oh, I'm sure. And a lot of it is, this is our learning year, it's our rebuilding year, and kind of preaching it that way. Just hang tight, know that better things are coming in the future, but we got to build it again. And it seems like, they've got 16 girls that seem committed to the program, and so that's a good thing.
Taylor Rohrer has her own challenge with her own team with a record of 24-0 now, going for their 25th consecutive victory. So let's talk a little bit about that, because not only do you have a coach's hat, but you have a mom's hat on.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody's proud. I'm sure these girls have heard the accolades all week long. Big win over Peoria Central. But that was last week.
Yeah.
Now this is this week. You've got to keep it going. You've got to continue with the season. You've got to continue marching forward with your goals and kind of ignore all the accolades you've had for the whole week. You got to get back to business today.
Yeah, and I will say, I think that's what these girls have done. It's actually, they were supposed to play Taylorville this week, and that game got postponed or, scheduled for a different date, and so it gave them 5 days of just getting some practice, getting to concentrate on some of those parts of their game that they don't really get to focus on a lot during the season, because you're playing a game and then you're prepping for a game. Like I think Coach Rohr hit on that in the post game after that, and so this has been kind of nice this week to actually get to work on some of those things that they needed to. Shooting, we didn't shoot the ball real well against Peoria Central. Our defense did a lot of creating offense for us, and we had a lot of layups, but we didn't really make a whole lot of outside shots. So maybe focusing on that a little bit. Our post defense was really exposed in that game as well, so I think they got some time to break that down and work on that as well, and work on the press a little bit more. And so it might have been a blessing to just kind of have some time to work on some of those things. But these girls, I think they've moved past that Peoria game. It was a game, and they moved on. It wasn't, they don't get really into the accolades. It's more of we're focused, we know what we want, and that wasn't our goal. We've got an end goal in sight.
And there are coaches out there who, after the week after a big game where you've had that big game, you don't want that post-game letdown for your next opponent. There are coaches sometimes that will maybe be a little harder in practice after one of those big wins than they normally would be, just to kind of remind the kids that, hey, that you've had your victory, you've enjoyed it, now let's get back to work, because you can't let up. You can't let off the throttle.
Nope. And just knowing, and I've coached this way, and I know Coach Rohr and Coach Farmer's this way, the same way. You may have a 20-point lead, but we go in at halftime, we're still going to be picking up things that, hey, you're not getting around, you're running that figure eight on that baseline, or you're not getting out pressuring the ball well enough, or we're rushing our shots. We're still going to find things that they've got to work on. It's just going to make them better. And I think this team is used to that, and I think they've got a coaching staff that provides that feedback. So I think we're moving on.
Let's talk a little bit about the Peoria Central game. That was a huge game for both teams.
Yeah.
Probably, maybe, I don't know if it's necessarily more so Lincoln, but I think it answered some questions in people's mind. Was the Lincoln team for real? That undefeated record, was it legitimate? And I think they proved last Saturday that yes, we can do what we need to do.
We're here.
One thing that was exposed, we did talk about it during the game, was that sense of panic that the girls seemed to play with in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
They did grit it out and were able to come away with a 7-point win, but I'm sure that was something she worked on in practice this week.
Most definitely. And I think you and I talked about this too, and I think you said Coach Alexander talks about you can't emulate that speed in practice. And the speed that we are seeing, the defensive ball pressure that we are seeing from Peoria High, you don't see that all the time in practice. And so that was good for our girls to be in that atmosphere, to get that ball pressure, to see that type of defense, and to see how we're going to react with it. And then you got to do your best in practice to try to emulate it. It's not going to be the same, but that's something that we got to work on. So
Coach Wallace, when he was here, I know he would do this. They couldn't simulate the quickness in practice with his second team, but a lot of times he might go 6-on-5 or even sometimes 7-on-5,
right,
just to put more people out there to make it harder for his defense to recover and cover people. And that way, by the time you get to 5-on-5, it was a little bit easier.
Right. No, exactly. I did that quite a bit. When these girls were little, we'd put 7 girls out to press them, or 8 girls, just to make it different, just to just for they could see a little bit more pressure. So, and I don't know if you saw, but you saw Peoria Notre Dame, who we were tied with at third, ended up getting beat by Morton the other night too. So when we beat Peoria High, I think it was the next day or the Monday after Peoria Notre Dame got.
Jan Bowers may be listening today. Jan, if you're listening and I misspeak, you let me know. But I don't believe there were girls' rankings at the time Jan and that team played, and they went into the super undefeated. I think this may be the highest-ranked Lincoln girls team in the history of the school. Keep in mind that the sport's only been here since 1973.
Right.
But I think this may be the highest-ranked team we've seen at Lincoln Community High School with that number 2 ranking in the state, which kind of puts a target on your back now.
Yeah.
We beat this team earlier in the season 64-8.
Yes.
Could that be the same way again today? Very possibly could. They're very young, they're inexperienced. But looking down the road, you could have some of these games. That Mount Zion away game could be one of those what we call a trap game. You just don't know, because now you have a little bit of a target on your back. I don't know anything about Collinsville. It is a 4A school.
Yeah.
And then the Mahomet game on the road to round out the end of the year, that could be another one of those trap games.
Exactly. You just, like you said, we have that target on our back now. I don't know if this team was ever the underdog, but they kind of thought they were, for their first couple years, and kind of playing under the radar a little bit just because they were so young. People knew of their success in their younger days, but how was it going to translate over into the high school game? So, you've got to come out every game playing your best basketball, because you have that target. And with ratings, I always say you try not to pay attention to those, but it's hard. I mean, as a young kid, and everybody's talking about it. You know where you are, and when you're undefeated, you've got.
Coach Knight always said that the ratings didn't mean anything to him. It's nice recognition for your program. It's somebody recognize your programs at a certain point, but do they really mean a whole heck of a lot? Not really. I mean, it just recognizes that, hey, you've got a pretty good basketball team here. But what it does do is it tends to put a target on your back, and sometimes the kids don't understand that hey, you know what? You now have a target. That other team's going to play just that much harder to try and beat you, because it's a feather in their hat if they can do so.
Well, and I guess if you look at it the other way as a positive, it makes you play better every game, and so in the end is ultimately making you better at postseason time, because you have had to play everybody's best game. So.
Well, we are just about 3 minutes away from having the opening tip-off here at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium. And Coach, quickly, one thing you brought up, and I see her out there on the floor with a little bit of a bandage on her left wrist. Becca Heitzig apparently was released for some type of limited duty this week.
Yes, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not sure what's going to come out of it, but she's out there giving it a shot, and she has been released, I think, on a limited basis, basically on her own pain tolerance, I do believe. So whether we'll see her today on the floor, I'm not sure, or if she's just kind of out there trying to get back into the swing of things a little bit and getting a little bit comfortable again.
If you're familiar with bowling, that's kind of almost the bandage or the wrap that she has on her left hand, comes up around the thumb and is pretty heavily taped on the left wrist. So it is her left wrist. It's not her shooting hand that was injured, and then she's trying to recover from. Although to make dribbling and passing, and especially you get a hard pass or a hard hit to that area, that's going to be some pain, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, and so I think she's just got to decide, since I guess they've released her, now it's just how much pain can she bear, and how much do they want her to bear in today. So.
Well, an interesting sight over on the scorer's table. It looks like Coach Al may be running something over on the scorer's table as the athletic director today. I know I got a call yesterday, and I was a little bit under the weather, and I actually begged out of it. They wanted me to come down and do the PA for the boys' game last night, but I was feeling a little bit under the weather, and I didn't want to infect anybody.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? It's going around. I know I'm going to give I know that Grandpa Keith, he comes to quite a bit of these games. He's at home he's at home sick, and he's upset he couldn't make it, but he was listening, and I think there's just some sickness going around, and so and this is the time of year for it, so we just gotta. That's the bad thing coming down, is you just got to take your vitamin C. Everybody stay healthy.
Let's go ahead and send it back to the station for a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have the opening lineups. You're listening to Lady Railer Basketball on WLCN FM 96.3. Back at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium, Jay Harden, Kerry Froby alongside as we get set. Starting lineups being announced. Coach, who do we have as starters for Charleston?
All right, we've got starting freshman number 1, Elizabeth, and we thought it was Sweeze. Is that where it's Elizabeth Sweeze?
Sweeze, yes.
And number 10, another freshman, Maggie Ingram. Number 11 is also a freshman, Samantha Fehrenbacher. And number 21 is a junior, Megan Meyerserkoff. And the round up their starters, number 42, Annie Logston. She is a sophomore. And now for your Lincoln Lady Railers, starting at 1 guard, number 1, Taryn Stolzenberg. At another guard, 5'9" junior, number 5, Chloe Froby. At another guard, number 14, a 5'6" junior, Jenna Bowman. And number 24, another junior, 5'8" forward junior, Tori Garrett. And to round it out, number 15, a 5'7" sophomore, Piper Whiteman.
It's time to check tonight's list of the game, sponsored by Me Realty. List your home with Me Realty when it's time to sell, and if you're looking to buy, check the listings at merealty.com. Coach, 3 keys to the game, I guess, to avoid the trap of this game, of the letdown after the Peoria game, right?
Yeah, definitely. The momentum. I think just staying aggressive. I would say shooting for us. We really got to work on our outside shots. And I'm always looking for some good ball movement. You know, just getting a good offensive flow. There you go.
Long shot by Bowman, and that is only a 2-pointer. Jenna Bowman with a 2 from the left side, and Lincoln breaks the ice early. 2-0, 7:47 to go. Froby with the steal in the backcourt. Layup time, missed it. Rebound goes to Charleston, and that goes to Fehrenbacher. Samantha Fehrenbacher. Froby gets it back. Nice pass in the lane. Stolzenberg missed an easy up. Bowman, I think, got that one.
That was.
It's hard to see. There was a whole gaggle of girls underneath the basket, and Lincoln up 4-0. Stolzenberg the steal to Froby. Froby in the lane, up and good. Well, Charleston has yet to get the ball past the opposite free throw line. They inbounds again. Fehrenbacher to Sweeze. Sweeze lost the ball. Ball on the floor. There's Stolzenberg. Stolzenberg, Bowman. Bowman, Froby. Long 3, top of the key, and it's good. Bang, a collision concept 3 for Chloe Froby. 9-0, just like that in the opening minute. Charleston still in the backcourt. Oh. England nearly lost. England.
They may get it broke here.
England breaks the press across the timeline. Ball thrown away. Sweeze nearly traveled the basketball to England. England trapped in the corner. Kicks it out to Fehrenbacher. Back to Sweeze. In the corner, England.
This is where, yep.
And you can tell the Charleston girls are not comfortable handling the basketball, which is going to be the death knell against this 1-2-2. Fehrenbacher nearly threw the ball away. Sweeze goes in the lane. They go down underneath the basket. Ball batted around. Meyerskoff lost it, and Sweeze picks it up. Tries to go inside to number 42, and that is Amy Logsden, and Logsden locks the basketball, and Lincoln comes out of there with it. Cross-court pass, Stolzenberg. 3 on the way. Back the iron, no good. Rebound, Froby, up and good.
Some things I'd like to see us working on down here on that defensive side is just getting to the high side on the post when just some things that we need to work on in bigger games.
Meyerskoff had the ball picked, and Froby with the easy layup. 13-0, 5:47 to go here in the first quarter. Remember, we beat them earlier in the year 64-8, and they were talking about suspending the varsity program. Decided not to do it, and they've gone young. They basically they do still have a junior varsity at times, but Coach Al said that they canceled today's game because of numbers. Whiteman, the basketball, 10-footer, up, no good. Rebound, Garrett's nearly had it pulled down. Now she's got it in the corner. Garrett's out front, Stolzenberg, kick out Bowman. Bowman goes Froby. Froby posted up inside, layup, good.
Tori Garrett did a nice job keeping that ball alive on that rebound. And
Charleston, England ahead to Sweeze. Sweeze ahead to Meyerskoff. Meyerskoff out front, Logsden. Logsden dribbles baseline and threw the ball away, and it must have gone off of Garrett's. The score is 15-0, folks. We're pitching a shutout. 4:54, not even halfway through the first quarter. Lincoln was up 9-0 in the opening minute of this basketball game. Reminds you again that tonight, 5 o'clock the JV game, 6:30 the varsity game. Decatur Eisenhower comes to town. Stolen by Lincoln. Garrett's came out of there with it to Frobe. Frobe quickly ahead to Bowman. Back Frobe. 3 on the way. Up and no good. Short. Rebound battle for Stolzenberg. Tipped from Bowman. Stolzenberg drives in the lane. Bounce past Frobe. Frobe baseline past Bowman to Whiteman. Whiteman Garrett's. Garrett's into Frobe. A layup time. Got it.
I'd really like to see us just continue to kind of work on that. We did some good ball movement, but yeah, getting our outside shots in, see them going in. Because against Mount Zion, we really are going to need to hit some outside shots.
Frobe, nice bounce pass to Bowman. Up and good. Ball stolen in the backcourt again by the Lady Railers.
Another steal by Garrett's.
Another steal by Garrett's. Layup time coming. Got fouled. Foul going to go against 42, Annie Logston. Sorry.
Yeah. And then I think she's a freshman too, is that right,
Nope,
Annie?
she's a sophomore.
She's a sophomore. So like we said, they only have, Charleston, 4 juniors on their entire 16-man roster.
Shot up, no good by Garrett's.
That's a rare miss because Tori Garrett's is usually spot on for those free throws.
4 juniors, and they're only playing one of them. So
Yeah.
they only got one on the floor. Charleston's substitution.
Oh,
Number 0 in the basketball game, and I don't see
Piper
that's
Whiteman.
Ruthie or Okrasinski. Whiteman with the deuce, and it's 21-0. 3:52 to go, and Okrasinski traveled with the basketball. 3:50 to go in the first quarter. Bowman, three-pointer on the way. No good. Back of the iron. Rebound to England. England picks it up. England to
that was
Okrasinski.
a nice outlet.
And she dribbled it out of bounds. And it looks they're going to say Terrence Stolzenberg hit it last. I think there's a lot of sympathy out there right now by the officials.
I think so too. Not sure how to call it. Now that's ball. Yeah, I'm not sure. And I feel like we're kind of playing off a little bit. It's the only part when you get into games like this, sometimes you develop get into some bad habits.
Ball nearly thrown away. England between the circles. Frobe hounding her. England to Okrasinski. Okrasinski. And they're going to call, I think, Garrett's for the foul.
I think.
Oh, no, it was Terrence Stolzenberg. Sorry, the foul's on Stolzenberg. Her first, team's first. Logsden inbounds to England. England, ball stolen away. Now England picks it back up in the backcourt. Going to need some help. She's in trouble. Throws it ahead to Myerscough.
Yeah, a trap right there.
Myerscough trapped.
There we go.
And ball batted away. Fehrenbacher tries to run it down. Frobe instead gets it. Layup time. Got it. Chloe Frobe with 15 already in the first quarter.
Oh, yeah, we're going to pull it back. We got a 20-point lead, so.
23-0 is the Lincoln lead with 2:42 to go here in the first quarter. Frobe steals the basketball. Frobe.
I like to see a left hand
layup.
there.
It didn't get it. It got fouled by England, and Okrasinski went down hard. She's slow to get up. Must have hit the back of her head the way she's holding it. Oh, the foul against Charleston will be their second. Waiting to see who it was called on. Fouls on number 10, England, her first, team second, and Chloe Frobe at the line, shooting 2. First one up and good. 24-0 the Lincoln lead. Frobe was 16 here in the first quarter.
Short. Oh, it went in.
Second one went down. Oh, and nearly an over and back violation.
I think in a close game that might.
Frobe, the basketball. Almost had the layup. Layup again. No, missed it. In traffic and throws it up and didn't get it, and the foul's going to be called.
These are sometimes with these games, you just finish the layup, you know.
Into the game, number 35, J.C. Smith for Charleston. Frobe at the line with 2. First one up, got it. Number 18.
And they're subbing in here. We got some new. Is that?
Myerscough sits down, and coming in for Charleston, Mackenzie Wannick Clemente. Okay, that's an interesting name.
Yeah, what is it? Mackenzie Wannick Clemente.
So we've got timeout on the floor. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll go ahead and keep it right here. Remind you of many of our fine sponsors, including Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butter Burger.
I
Stop
just
by
had that for
before,
lunch.
after the game. Good for you. Located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln. Whether buying or selling, trust the professionals at Me Realty. For more information, check out merealty.com. Comfort Inn and Suites near Route 66, providing you with relaxing accommodations and essential travel amenities you need. The Lincoln DARE program, Dare to Resist Drugs and Violence. The Hampton Inn in Lincoln. You'll love all the luxury and amenities the Hampton Inn has to offer, including a delicious full hot breakfast, indoor heated pool and whirlpool, along with competitive rates. And of course, Uncle James Siddons, a proud supporter and fan of Lincoln Lady Railer basketball.
Uncle James still hasn't got us our vacation.
Nope. Charleston throws the ball away at their end of the floor, and the turnover will go to Lincoln.
So I'm hearing we've got people from Texas, Arizona, Georgia, and Kentucky listening to us today and watching this game. So
Stolzenberg, bomb shot three, no good. Rebound Whiteman, back out Stolzenberg to Froby. Froby going to take it in the lane. Nice pass to Whiteman. Good bounce pass. Whiteman with the layup.
great bounce pass down to Piper Whiteman, who finished there on the left side.
29-0. Whiteman with the steal. Here we go. Other way. Railers on the run. Froby baseline. Layup time. Got it. And the harm. Count the basket. Foul is on.
That's a good by Froby. She's shooting one. Third foul on Annie Logston.
If I recall,
Annie Logston with the third foul already?
Yeah.
Wow. Froby nails the free throw, and Chloe Froby's got 22 here in the first quarter alone. Averaging 27-3 on the year. Jenna Bowman averaging just over 11 a game. And Becca Heitzig was averaging nearly 11 a game when she went down with that left hand injury. England, touch travel with the basketball. Out front, Sweeze. Sweeze goes to Clemente.
Oh.
Ball thrown away. Sweeze threw the ball away.
I think they, like you said, some sympathy calls there because I think there was a little travel there on that baseline, but.
This is, and Mia Clark's going to come in the basketball game. So is Lily Holmes for Lincoln. Stolzenberg and Bowman going to sit down. So, we don't want to, we're not second guessing. It's just a question and maybe to educate the fans at home. So, Coach, you got a game like this. Is there some point that you say, okay, I've done enough with my varsity, I've done enough with my starters or my top players, and now I just need to put my bench people in, let them get some quality minutes?
Well, I think that, missing all last week and just getting practice. I mean, the girls haven't played all week, so I think you play them a half and then maybe you do your JV a half, but
That's right. There's a JV did not have a game today.
Right, and varsity didn't get to play at all.
Whiteman, nice shot off the baseline. Clark the basket previously, and it's 36-0. Clark with the steal. Ahead to Froby. Froby, layup time. Coming, got it.
That was a good pass by Mia Clark to lead Chloe to the basket, and so good outlet.
I don't know what the Lady Railers record for points in a quarter is, but it's got to be close to this.
So I think the first time we played them, it was 40-0 at the end. So you got Grace Schneider coming in for Froby.
Gracie Schneider in the basketball game. Clark, nice cross-court pass. Whiteman. Holmes, baseline up and no good. Lily got a rebound, threw it up, no good. Battle for the rebound. A lot of hands on the ball. J.C. Smith trying to come out of there with it. She does to England. England throws the ball way ahead of the pack, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Lincoln basketball with 6.5 to go on the clock. Garrett's going to take a seat. McKinley Knapp in the basketball game, so Taylor Rohrer pretty much has gone to her JV squad. Clark, three-pointer on the way. No, looked like it was going to go in. And at the end of one quarter, it is the Lincoln Lady Railers 38, the Charleston Trojans nothing. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Lady Railer Basketball on WLCN FM.
Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Mom was always very self-sufficient, but we started noticing things were off.
Alzheimer's, it was hard to hear that.
Early detection gave us time to seek information and support.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Back at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium, Jay Harden, Kerry Froby, and we were looking at the schedule. Mount Zion on the road coming up Tuesday night. You'd like to, Coach, shake a little bit of the rust off from not having a game all week, but also shake the rust off of your JV kids, too. Yep. They're getting some quality minutes. Gracie Snyder with the steal.
Nice
layup
left
time,
hand
good.
by Grace Schneider.
40-0, the Lincoln lead. You know, we found out that the state of Texas, their high school games, if you have a 35-point lead in the second half, there's a running clock. That would benefit this game greatly, I think.
Yeah. Well, and I just went to a junior high game here for West Lincoln and for the boys, and it was a very similar score as this, and you have to wait till the fourth quarter, and it, like you said, it would have benefited the other team greatly if it would have been.
Steal by Lincoln, layup by Mia Clark. It's 42-0. You know, Coach, you really got a feel for the Charleston kids and their coach as well, just to continue, because I've looked at their scores, and this is not unusual for them in many of the games that they've had this year.
Yeah, now, who are the two teams they beat?
I don't know. I can look it up, though. I mean, I was wondering that myself earlier. And traveling call. Gee, that's kind of harsh.
Yeah. I was like, well, who, you know, like I'm thinking they at least got a couple wins, you know, they've gotten to see the W's, and so.
They do. We'll check the schedule and see who. Lincoln going to get the ball on the turnover coming the other way.
Turnover by Lincoln, and then Charleston turns around and turns it over.
Yeah, Charleston turns it. So they beat Danville 46-40.
Okay.
And they beat Chrisman 36-27. That was a couple of weeks ago that they beat Chrisman.
So they've gotten to see, you know, they've gotten a taste of some wins. So,
Knapp in the lane. Ball batted around. J.C. Smith comes out of there with it, and she promptly throws it out of bounds. And I think she bounced it off of Mia Clark or McKinley Knapp, one of the two. I still think these are some sympathy calls for the officiating crew. I mean,
and I don't think they know they're not going to get any, you know, who's going to say much.
It's going to have to be awfully obvious, I think, for somebody. Lily Holmes with the layup.
Nice
got it,
take by
and
Lily.
The foul. And I think it's going to be number 10, England, on the foul. If you just joined us, 6:21 to go here in the quarter. And Lincoln is up 44-0.
And he's not joking.
No. Up, and Lily left it short. She gets her own rebound. Amazing. The shooter gets her own rebound, and she lost the ball. Ball stolen inside by number 3, Madison Iovino, or Lovino, one of the two. One of the three. Let's go with Lovino. Ball stolen away by Lily Holmes again. Gracie Snyder picks it up. Grace to Lily. Lily down the lane. Layup time coming. Got it. 6 minutes to go. 46-0. Suisse. She travels almost every time with the basketball. J.C. Smith out front. England looking inside for Myerscough. She shoots a 10-footer off the baseline. Up, no good. Didn't hit much. And ball lost by Mia Clark and knocked out of bounds. More substitutions. Cena Adams into the basketball game. Cece in the basketball game for Lincoln.
She's a little spitfire, a little Energizer bunny. She reminds me a lot of Becca.
Speaking of which, Becca is on the bench. Wait a minute, is that her in the game?
Nope, she's still sitting. She's got her brace put back on. So I think she just went through the warm-ups maybe just to get kind of a feel, kind of get back into it. And
sorry, I've got new contacts that they put me on, and I don't like them.
Jay's got his new, and I've got my glasses so I can see what I'm writing.
I can see, but I don't like the contacts. They're going to put me on a different set this week.
Ooh, okay.
Gracie Snyder in the basketball game.
We got a nice little crowd here again today, too.
We do have a nice crowd here today. Long three by Mason McLeod. No good. Rebound. McKinley Knapp pulls it out of there. Knapp has the ball taken away. And the turnover goes to Charleston. And here comes Logsdon the other way. Logsdon, who'd been posting, now running the point. Suisse, Logsdon.
We still have 5 minutes left to go in the second quarter.
Logsdon dribbling against Schneider. The official's not even counting 5 seconds. I'm watching. They're not.
No.
Ball batted away, and coming out of there with it is Cena. Layup time. Got it.
Nice finish there by CC.
48-0. That's right, folks. 48-0. We still have 4:48 to go in the half. Holmes steals the basketball. Here comes Lilly on the run. Layup time. Thought she got fouled. No call. Lays it up and in. 50-0. In case you're wondering, the record for points in the game was set during Jan Bauer's senior year. It's 118.
118.
Myerscough in the lane. Kicks it back out. Logsdon a long three. Got it!
Nice.
Broke the ice. And their bench is enthused. Good for them. Cena Adams. McLeod, long three.
Ooh.
No, back in the iron. Ball in the corner. Chased down and out of there by Clemente. Off to Suisse. Suisse nearly traveled again. Logsdon goes inside Myerscough. Myerscough, 5-footer, blocked by Knapp. Ball batted out of bounds. I think it's off Lily Holmes last.
I do think so as well.
50-3 is the Lincoln lead. Annie Logsdon threw in a long, Annie Logsdon, yeah, because they've got another Logsdon on the girl on the team, Allie Logsdon. Ball batted away out front. Suisse. Oh, and that, I think, was a backcourt violation. But, again, the rules are being enforced loosely today. Ball inside.
Yeah.
And he did call the travel. That's pretty obvious.
I wasn't sure if he was going to call the travel or going to call a foul.
I thought maybe he was going to call a foul.
Yeah, I know.
But I think it was so obvious, he said, I got no choice. Gracie Snyder out front. Gracie goes to Mia Clark. Clark. Cross-court McLeod. Baseline Holmes. Lilly, and the foul is going to be called on 21 Myerscough.
Grace Schneider does a great job of attacking the gaps and hitting the open shooters or her open players. So she does a lot of that. You know, you don't see that a lot where people know that's their role, and she does a good job actually knowing her role and knowing what she's got to do.
Inbounds to Mia Clark. Nice inbounds play, and Mia lays the ball up and in. Give her 6 on the afternoon. 52-3 is the Lincoln lead. Suisse, a long three out front. Don't think it hit anything, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Lincoln Lady Railer basketball. McKinley Knapp in the basketball game as Lincoln starters sit on the bench getting a long extended rest. 3:17 to go here in the half. Gracie goes inside Knapp. Knapp out to McLeod. McLeod baseline.
Cece posting up.
Cece posting up. Got in the trees. Threw the ball away. And Suisse comes out of there with it. Coming the other way quickly. Charleston. Suisse, cross-court Logsdon. She launches the three up. No good. Why not? It worked earlier. Ball batted out of bounds. I think Clark touched it last.
Yep. It's like, might as well heat check.
Logsdon inbounds. Goes inbounds to Clemente. Clemente ran into CC. Throws it up. No good. Ball tipped around. Mason McLeod comes out with it. And Clemente ties her up. And the jump ball goes to Lincoln.
So as intense as last Saturday's game was, this one's a little bit more relaxed.
Quite a bit more relaxed, folks. Baseline. CC throws it up. Got fouled.
But again, Railer Nation coming out, supporting these girls.
A nice crowd.
Nice crowd for
Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, both sides pulled out again.
CC Adams, first one up and rattles it.
She got it.
If you watched the boys' game last night or listened to it on WLCN, you know that the boys had a tough time getting the ball in the hole last night on layup. There were a lot of layups that just hung on the rim and fell off. Second one by CC, up and good.
Hit the back of the iron and went in.
So apparently the rims are a lot softer today than they were last night. Suisse goes into Clemente. Clemente down the lane, got fouled.
They're going to say it's on the floor, though. I'm not sure that was, again, one of those sympathy calls. So
I think it's on McKinley. I think it's on
Mia, I
Clark.
think.
Mia Clark, sorry. Looking to inbounds. Myers-Koff throws it
Good
out
job
there
to
Lovino. And Lovino lost the basketball. Myers-Koff inbounds to Suisse. Suisse top of the key. Thought about shooting it. J.C. Smith traveled with the basketball. Again, no call. Suisse lost it. Got in trouble over near the scores table to Smith. Smith, Myers-Koff. Myers-Koff turns, tries to go inside, and the ball stolen away by McKinley Knapp. Here comes Gracie Snyder the other way. Gracie in the corner to Cece, into Knapp. Knapp throws it back out to Clark. Clark goes down the lane. Layup time. Nearly
almost
had it up and under. Didn't get it. Ball batted around. Suisse comes out of there with it for Charleston.
I like that aggressiveness of Mia Clark today, and again, Grace Schneider doing a good job getting it to the baseline, and they're trying to do an entry pass into McKinley, and I'd like to see a bounce pass into that because McKinley kind of throwing it right to her arms, and it's hard for her to kind of get that and turn around and make that move. And Cece with the steal.
Another turnover by Charleston, and Cece brings it back out and resets the offense. McLeod looking inside, goes inside to Knapp. Clark, three on the way up. That's way short.
Yeah.
Barely touched the front of the iron. And the rebound coming out of there with it. Number 21, Myers-Koff. Myers-Koff to Suisse. Suisse, ball stolen away by Mia Clark. Clark the other way across that timeline. Goes to Snyder. McLeod, Snyder, inside Knapp. Nice inside out.
Yes.
Goes back out Clark. Back to Knapp. McLeod driving baseline. Little spin move. Ball thrown away, and Iovino, I think is her name. Iovino comes out of there with it. Across the timeline. Suisse tried to throw up the three, and oh, wow. The official at the other end of the floor made a foul call against Mia Clark, and I think she's going to see if she gets three out of this. I don't know whether she was behind the line or not.
I think he is going to give her three.
Nope, just two. She apparently was on the line or across it.
Just thought the way that it was going, it might be three.
Suisse, free throw up and no good. It's kind of how Charleston's afternoon has gone so far. Lily Holmes back in the basketball game. Gracie Snyder going to take a seat. Elizabeth Suisse, freshman, up and got it. Got the free throw, so it's 54-4. 33 seconds to go here in the first half. Cece Adams running the point, and she's hounded out here by Iovino.
So I do think she'll be shooting, if I'm correct.
Yep, that's eight fouls on Charleston. Or excuse me, 17 fouls. Dave said 17 fouls. Scoreboard shows 8. We'll go with what Dave says because he's
always right. We're going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Up and got it. Nice touch on the free throw by Cece Adams.
I don't want to jinx it, but
don't.
We did. Yeah, I'm going to say something later.
55-4. 28.2 seconds to go. Second one up and got it.
Yeah.
56-4, the Lady Railer lead. Glad you joined us this afternoon on WLCN, the sports voice of Lincoln and Logan County, and on our YouTube feed or on the Mixler app. Ball batted around, and
Lily comes away with it.
Lily Holmes, and I thought she might have traveled there. I thought she did the wrong pivot foot. Gets it ahead to Cece. Cece across the timeline. 8 seconds, 7 seconds to go. Mia Clark.
I'm not sure they know how much time's left.
Mia Clark, I think she does. Three on the way. No, in and out. Rebound Holmes and had it batted away at the end of the half. It is Lincoln 56, Charleston 4. We will be back with the halftime show in 2 minutes. You're listening to Lady Railer Basketball on WLCN FM.
Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln.
Hi, Joe Ryan here with Country Financial. As pensions go by the wayside and your retirement approaches, have you thought about what your retirement income will look like? No, I'm not talking about how much money you have saved. I am talking about a retirement income, a guaranteed paycheck for life. That's right, a paycheck issued to you every month for the rest of your life. Sound interesting? Let's talk. 735-4385.
Thanks to our video live stream sponsors today. Heartland Community College is Lincoln's community college. At Heartland, you'll get the personal attention and support you need to be a successful student. Discover Heartland, discover your future. Visit heartland.edu/Lincoln. Schneider Masonry, family owned and operated in Central Illinois with over 40 years experience serving builders, contractors, and homeowners. Free estimates available. Call 217-314-9654. Blades Hair and Nail Salon, located at 241 Madigan Drive in Lincoln, offering salon services for hair, skin care, waxing, nails, lashes, and brows. That's where I go to get my lashes and brows done. Go online to blairshairandnailsalon.com or call 217-732-7213. I wonder if that's where Josh goes to get his hair
I was
done.
going to say that too. You know, they were talking about that last night. He says he goes every 2 days, but it gets a little expensive. So Scott kind of mentioned he'd cut it for him.
He needs to keep going to Blades. I wouldn't take up that offer. No way. Well, it's a fun afternoon here, and I'll tell you what, folks, I've always gauged how angry the coaches were by how much time the team spent in the locker room, and the Lincoln team with 6:18 to go in the half just walked back out on the floor. So obviously Taylor Rohr is not too, she can't, what do you say at this point? There's not much you can say.
No.
And if you're Charleston's coach, I don't know what more you can say other than just trying to keep the girls' heads up.
Yeah, exactly. And you just kind of go through. Here's the things we need to work on. I would say their ball handling, maybe ball movement. If I was Charleston, if I'm Coach Rohr and Coach Farmer, I'm telling the girls, hey, we still got to work on the things that we need to work on, and little things like I said, getting to the high side on the post side, maybe squeezing middle a little bit on our defense. Offensively, working on hitting the gaps. Things that are gonna in a big game make a big difference. Even working on boxing out when a shot does go up. Hey, working on that first step back, actually clearing someone out. I always say too, work on a move that you're not comfortable in or doing maybe yet in a big game, so that then when it gets in a big game, you feel comfortable to do it. So get yourself outside of your box, work on some of those things, and those are kind of what you say. There's no letdowns. You still got to play your basketball game, and because with letdowns comes creating bad habits, not meeting passes. And I've seen it a couple times where we're not meeting our passes again, and against that at Peoria High, that was a big thing for us. We weren't meeting them, and they're jumping in the passing lanes. So
Well, and there are going to be some people, Coach, I know that there will be some people that will raise an eyebrow at the score, and they'll go, well, you beat a team that bad. Why didn't you let up on them? But how do you do that with your kids on the bench? I mean, your kids on the bench practice to play. How do you tell them to go into a game and basically quit playing? I don't know how you do that. I don't think that's fair to you. I don't think it's fair to the other team either. Basically, Taylor Rohrer cleared her bench in the first quarter and has been playing most of her bench since then.
She played all of the bench, yeah.
Most of her bench since then, so the starters haven't been back in. They may come back in. I think I could almost see them coming in maybe for the start of the second half, shake a little bit of the rust off, and then yank them again. But I don't know what else you can do at this point other than, and I think it would be the wrong thing to do if you pulled the ball out and held the ball. That would be wrong.
So when I first started coaching here at Lincoln, there were games that we lost 48-0, 40, and I was more mad at coaches that did that because I'm like, my girls have to play against your good girls. Press me, do what we need to do to get better. Don't feel sorry for me. Don't feel sorry for our team. And hey, we're trying to build here, and you doing that's kind of like a slap in the face, in my opinion. I made that may be not everybody's opinion, but my opinion is I want you to play me like you play any other team, and I see taking the press off, but these girls got to learn to play against the press too.
Well,
so
you still, and I can see taking the press off. You still have to play the half court defense. I mean, they're still playing defense in the half court, and it's a time maybe you can just sit there and work on your half court defense.
Right, exactly.
But I also think too, and I have seen, I've seen coaches I thought that were running the score up. You're still you're whatever statement you're wanting to make. That's not obviously the case here.
No.
But I think I've also seen coaches too that with large leads will send their reserve or their bench in and tell the kids not to play. Don't try and score. Well, I'm not so sure that that's the most honorable thing either. You know what? Those kids deserve to play.
Yeah.
And you got your reserves. You maybe got your third string in there. Let them play. And if the other team has trouble with it, well, the other team has trouble with it. You're not trying to run up the score.
No. And sometimes, and I don't even like that when they say, hey, you got to make 10 passes before we shoot. Well, then what you start seeing is kids thinking the game instead of reacting to the game. And basketball is a game of reaction and read and react. And when you start doing that, you're putting them thinking the game.
It becomes mechanical. It becomes mechanical at that point in time. So Cruz is showing his mom a video or something here. What are you trying to show Mom?
Yeah.
Well, we can see you. Go hide under the table.
Are you trying to tell me that's frozen? Oh, he's trying to tell me the score, I think. We're trying to watch Caden's playing down and Missouri S&T's playing.
All right,
so,
you got scoring at halftime. There's going to be quite a bit for Lincoln and very little for Charleston.
Yeah, let's do Charleston here, and their only basket has came from Annie Logston, and it was a 3. Elizabeth Swees, she went 1 of 2 at the free throw line, so that is Charleston's 4 points. And for Lincoln, we've got Lily Holmes with 6, Piper Whiteman with 6, Mia Clark with 6, Cece Adams with 6, Grace Schneider with 2, Jenna Bowman with 6, and Chloe Froby with 24.
So that wraps up the scoring here at halftime. We're under a minute to go here to start the second half. And starters are back on the scoreboard for Lincoln. So it looks like Taylor Rohrer is going to put the starting 5 back in and let them go at it for a little while.
I'd say probably half, and then she'll sub back out. And then you can see the running clock there in the fourth quarter.
There is an element, too, Coach, that you start taking chances.
Is Becca Heitzig?
Oh, well, I don't know. Looks like she's got another wrap she's trying to put on.
Okay.
Can't tell from here.
Yep, no. I thought maybe she'd taken the shirt, like the red shirt off, that maybe we might see her.
Oh, she's got a hard.
That's what she's been wearing. So
wrap she's got on.
I'm thinking maybe she's just going through the warm-ups today, maybe, and just seeing how that feels.
She's not coming in, so Starter's going to go back in. And you start, sometimes, Coach, you know this, you leave people in too long, you start taking chances with the old injury bug. England.
Good
Ball
steal
stolen away by Whiteman. And Lincoln going to go the other way. Starting 5 back on the floor for Charleston. Froby. Stolzenberg. Froby. Frobe, Stolzenberg. Stolzenberg thought about launching the three, goes in the corner to Whiteman, to Frobe. Out front, Stolzenberg. Stolzenberg nearly lost the basketball to Bowman. Stolzenberg. Charleston looks like they're playing zone now. Garrett's free throw line up short, no good. Rebound battle for, and Charleston. Logsdon comes out of there with it. Ahead to England.
This is where it kind of looks like they've been told some, they have to pass so much before they shoot because.
Ball thrown away, turned over by Charleston. Whiteman comes out of there with it. Well, it's also a chance, Coach, to kind of maybe work on some different things on offense. You've got two post players in there right now, in Whiteman and Garretts.
Yeah, I think, are we trying to...
Stolzenberg, baseline Whiteman, back out front Stolzenberg. Stolzenberg, Bowman. Bowman to Stolzenberg. Stolzenberg, Frobe. Frobe up and no good. Rebound batted for. Whiteman comes out of there with it. Layup time, good.
It was just like right back to her. Here you go.
Tipped by, I thought, Bowman.
I think so, too.
And Whiteman ended up with it. Stolzenberg the steal to Frobe. And Chloe going to hold it up. 6:34 to go here in quarter number 3. 58-4, the Lincoln lead. Garrett's free throw line turned, didn't shoot it. Out Bowman. Frobe. Frobe, Stolzenberg. Frobe goes into Garrett's. Garrett's going to go down the lane, lays it up. Nice move. Oh, didn't get it. Rebound, Fehrenbacher comes out of there with it. Fehrenbacher goes inside Logsdon. Ball stolen away by Whiteman to Frobe. Frobe, Bowman. Charleston looks like in a 2-1-2 or 2-3 zone. Inside to Garrett's. Garrett's spin move in the lane. Nice up and under. Up, no good. Sweeze gets the rebound. Sweeze to Englum. Charleston the other way. Sweeze. Sweeze nearly did throw the ball away.
Throw it away.
Into the scorer's table. Another turnover by Charleston. 5:44 to go here in quarter number 3. If you've just joined us, it's 58-4, the Lincoln lead.
Jay and I think Lloyd needs to make a kiss cam, or we need to do it.
Garrett's another nice move down the lane and didn't get the layup. Got to finish those bunnies. Englum goes to Fehrenbacher inside Logsdon. Logsdon bowls down the lane. Ball tied up. Garrett's tied her up. Possession arrow goes to Lincoln. Again, 58-4. Lincoln headed the other. Chloe Frobe right now with 24 points, and a bunch of Lincoln girls on the verge of getting into double figures today. Frobe, the long three, right side. Bang, a collision concept three for Chloe Frobe. Give her 27. That's her average.
I think she's coming out.
They go inside. Myerscough laid it up, didn't get it, but got fouled.
Is that going to be on Garrett's?
Foul, I believe, is on Tori Garrett's. Her first, team's first of the second half. Gracie Snyder getting set to come in for the Lady Railers. Up and around and out, no good. And Chloe Frobe going to come out with 27 points. She's hit her average for the day. (61-4), the Lincoln lead. Second one up and no good. Back of the iron. Whiteman tipped it out of there, and Schneider comes out of there with it. Gracie up the floor. Gracie going to run the offense now. Goes to Bowman. Out front, Gracie. Gracie goes inside Garrett's. Ball batted away. Back to Gracie. Stolzenberg. Baseline Whiteman. Whiteman. Nice pass to Garrett's. Garrett's. Another nice pass to Bowman. Up and good. That's good ball movement right there.
That was great. Good pass by Tori Garrett to that opposite box.
And for you youngsters watching, that's a good use of the bounce pass. Not too many people do that effectively anymore, but the bounce pass is extremely effective, especially if you're in traffic.
Yeah, exactly. And she did a nice job. She faked high, went low with that bounce pass to that opposite box, and Bowman there to finish.
63-4. Sweeze baseline, throws it out front. Englum. As Jenna sits down, long shot by Fehrenbacher, banked home a three. Wow! And the Charleston bench explodes. 63-7. Schneider, Clark, Mia Clark in the basketball game now for Lincoln. Schneider down the lane, kicks it Stolzenberg. Nice pass, baseline Whiteman. Whiteman to Garrett's, threw it behind her. Here comes Myerscough the other way. Ball batted away. Clark's going to get called for the foul from behind.
I think Mia's has half of our fouls. They've gotten Mia.
That is her third.
Yeah.
Logsdon got the ball inbound on the inbounds play. She banks it home, 63-9. Charleston's had a lot of games where they scored 13, 14 points. So that must be about their average, and they're getting close to it. Schneider, Stolzenberg into Garrett. Snyder. Clark going to take a three outside. Looks pretty good. Nope, short. Rebound. Garrett's up and
Tori.
got it.
Good
Tori
rebound.
Garrett's
Yeah,
goes,
good rebound put back by Garrett's.
and she breaks into the scoring column. Wholesale substitutions coming for Lincoln here in just a second. Next dead ball, Sweeze. In the corner, England. England thought about throwing it up there, doesn't. England throws it back out front over the head of Logsdon. Sweeze picks it up, back to England. England in the corner to Sweeze. She fakes a shot, throws it out front. England. Schneider going to get called for the foul. And 3 fouls here in the second half on the Lady Railers. Gracie Snyder going to get, I think, is her first foul.
I think so too. We got a whole slew of subs coming in now.
Mason McLeod, Lily Holmes, McKinley Knapp, and CeCe Adams into the basketball game for the Lady Railers. After last night's boys game, I have to count and make sure it's 5-on-5 because apparently Mattoon had 6-on-5 at one point.
Did they really? I missed that part.
Yes, they did, and no technical was called.
What was that? Oh, was there another game that they thought that they were 6-2 and nobody called it, and then their coach had to call a timeout?
I think so, and I don't remember what game it was.
Was
but
that
yes.
at normal? It was one of those recent games, and they're like, I think there's 6. There were 6 on the floor, and so they hurried up and called the timeout before they could issue the technical. So
another turnover by Charleston. Gracie Snyder comes out with it. 65-9, the Lincoln lead. Snyder out front. CeCe Adams. Knapp in the lane, kick out, McLeod, 3 on the way, no, rebound,
almost.
Lily Holmes battles for it inside, up, no good, rebound again, Lily, no, taken away by Sweeze up the sideline to England across the timeline. Fehrenbacher goes inside to Iovino. Back out to England. England throws up a shot. No good. Didn't hit anything. Rebound. Myerscough throws it up over the rim. And, boy, Mason McLeod took a shot right there.
I think Gracie took one, Gracie Schneider, and then Mesa took one. And
Mesa's a tough kid. She's okay.
Yep.
Ball inbounds to CeCe Adams. Adams across the timeline, head up, went to the free throw line to Mia Clark. Clark cross court, McLeod. 15-footer up and no good for the iron. Clark the rebound, battled for, got it to Knapp. McKinley up, no good, and got fouled.
Good drop step there by McKinley Knapp in the lane.
Number 10, Maggie Tingle for third.
England with the foul, that is her third. McKinley Knapp does free throw line with the deuce. Up and no good. Still 65-9. We will have a running clock here in the fourth quarter, barring a miracle here in the last minute 55 of the third quarter. Knapp, second one up, no good.
Oh.
Missed them both. Still 65-9. Minute 52 to go, and Charleston throws the ball away into the wall here on the east end of Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium.
So I think Tina was sending me the score of when we played last time. I think it was no, that was the JV team win. 64-8 was the last one.
That was the last game we had. It was 64-8.
Yep. And the last time we did play, there was a JV, so they just.
Foul was on Clemente.
Nice take
Adams,
by
nice
CeCe.
move.
Great.
Nice in the lane. 5-footer up and got it. 67-9.
I like how she used the glass on that too.
Out front, England had to fall at top of the key. Didn't take the shot. Gets a sweep. She'll take a shot on the arc. No. Rebound. Battle for Clark. Pulls it out of there. Mia to McKinley Knapp. Had the ball batted away.
Oh.
And ball batted out of bounds. McKinley Knapp playing some good defense there. Batted out of bounds. And Clemente, thought she might have had a foul there. Didn't get the call. Mia Clark going to take a seat. Smith tried to inbounds. Knapp bats it away.
Oh.
J.C. Smith to inbound for Charleston. Smith.
I think Charleston's went through their whole bench, too. I think everybody's played for Charleston as well.
Everybody who can play for them has played. England, 15-footer in the lane. Got it. Nice shot.
Nice shot.
It is 67-11 with under a minute to go. Clock in the red here in the third quarter. CeCe Adams drives in, tried to throw it to Knapp. Ball knocked away. Snyder comes out of there with it. McLeod. Adams. Cross-court Holmes. Back out front Snyder. Snyder. Pass out McLeod. McLeod into Knapp. Adams. Schneider, three on the way. No good. Across the iron. Rebound Smith. Smith to England. And here comes Charleston in a hurry. To Suisse. Suisse stops. Back out to England. England. Do you want to take that 15-footer again? Got it.
Nice. Wow.
England's hit two in a row. It's 67-13. Adams the basketball. Adams to Snyder. Snyder in the lane. Didn't take it. McLeod's going to take the three up and no good. Back of the iron.
Good rebound.
McKinley, a great rebound. Back out McLeod. Snyder down the lane with 5 seconds to go and throws the ball out of bounds. Off of Knapp's feet.
Yeah, Gracie probably should have taken that shot herself there. She did a nice job splitting the defenders and got right about the free throw line and tried to make that bounce past McKinley. Just
3 points, now under 2 seconds to go. Here comes Charleston. Suisse not going to get the shot off before the quarter. And at the end of 3 quarters, it is Lincoln 67, Charleston 13. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Lady Railer Basketball on WLCN.
Donating pet food can keep families together. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
Charleston start the and clear travel out front by Iovino. Charleston has the basketball to start the fourth quarter. Clock is running. 67-13, the Lincoln Lady Railer lead. No starters on the floor for Lincoln. And Charleston starts immediately with a turnover. Gracie Snyder out front goes to Mesa McLeod. McLeod Snyder.
Oh, a little bit more pressure there.
Snyder Adams, yeah. And a fresh face in the game, Ella Kenner in the game, number 45 for Charleston. CeCe, air ball on the shot. Adams chased it down. Nice hustle by McKinley Knapp, sorry. Holmes, baseline up and got it. Nice shot by Lily Holmes from about 15 feet. 69-13, and Lily has 8 on this afternoon. Iovino dragging that pivot foot again, no call. Lily steals the basketball, and she's going to stop even though she had the break. Kick out to Adams. Ball batted away. On the floor. Jump ball called. Possession arrow is going to go to Lincoln.
Gracie Snyder did a good job trying to throw the ball so it looked like it wasn't tied up, but ball will remain with Lincoln, so.
Again, 69-13. Clock is running. Adams out front, Snyder. Back to Adams. Baseline Holmes. Holmes, nice fake. Drives it baseline. Tries a reverse layup. Didn't get it. Ball batted around. Holmes tries to get it and steps on the baseline. So both teams have substituted liberally this afternoon, and girls on both benches got a lot of playing time today.
Yeah, I was going to say both teams. So there wasn't really a JV game, but it's been kind of like a JV's gotten quite a bit of playing time.
Logsdon, I think Knapp may get nailed for the foul here. Let's see.
I think you're right. But I never do doubt you. Oh.
That's going to be on Gracie, I think. Ball inbound. They go up to England. England tried the shot, had it blocked. Cece comes out of there with it. She's going to slow things down. Holmes, the basketball. Holmes. Ball batted away. Hit Iovino in back of the head. She goes inside to Knapp. Back out front. Gracie. Gracie, 3 on the way.
Yeah.
Nope, it was a 2. She was on the line. Gracie Snyder with a deuce. It's 71-13, the Lincoln lead. Give Gracie 4 on this afternoon. Iovino throws it to England. England threw the ball away behind Logsdon, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Lincoln basketball. 5:15 to go here in the basketball game.
Almost everybody has gotten the scoring column here today.
Gracie, right wing, Mia Clark back in the basketball game to Gracie Snyder. Clark going to, and I think, she thought about shooting it, then was going to pass it and traveled instead. So either would have been a good thought, but you didn't get either one of them.
Yeah, I know. This is where I said sometimes in these games you start thinking the game too much instead of just reacting. And, basketball is such a read and react game. And these games sometimes, when you've got things put on you like, I'm not supposed to do this, or they start to think it.
England tried the shot, didn't get it, but she got fouled. Maggie England, a freshman, going to go to free throw line.
Is that Mesa?
Foul was on Mesa McLeod, her first, team's 5th. England missed the first of 2 free throws. I'll say this, their bench has been, every time they've scored or made a good play, their bench has been enthusiastic.
Yeah, they have. And that's where I'm saying, if you've gotten your young girls to believe in what you're doing, you're rebuilding, hey, get out there and fight. It's going to make us better in the next couple years. And you just got to celebrate all the little things right now. And eventually when they get to be juniors and seniors, you're going to see a different outcome.
Nice pass inside to Knapp. The layup is good. 73-13, the Lincoln lead. And, Coach, we've got a new assistant coach over on the Lincoln sideline. The staff has grown by 1.
I think it's a little pink tutu that for me, that Finley Farmer over there.
Finley apparently called the last play. They scored. Well, it wasn't Dad. I mean, we know that.
That's right. Finley's the one really drawing up the plays over there.
England baseline shot. Almost had it roll in. Rebound Knapp. Battle for the basketball. McKinley gets it out to Adams. 3:05 to go here in the basketball game. 73-13. Adams, nice pass to Knapp. McKinley up, no good, got her own rebound up, and it did everything but go in. It was like last night, it did everything but go in.
It went down in the rim and thought about it and nope, I'm coming back out.
Logsdon 3, top of the key, didn't get it. Rebound to Mia Clark. 2:38 to go in the basketball game. Gracie Snyder across the timeline. Snyder to Clark. Mia wasn't going to do anything with it there. McLeod goes inside to Knapp.
Nice pass
to Adams, layup, got it.
Great opposite post pass again.
Lily Holmes at the scorer's table getting set to come in at the next dead ball if we have one. 75-13 Lady Railer lead. Knapp with the steal. And stolen back, up and good by Charleston. Myerscough scores off the turnover.
I think they're just going to call a timeout here to allow some subs in.
Wholesale subs for Charleston. Minute 51 to go. 75-15, the Lincoln lead. Lily Holmes back in the basketball game for Lincoln. Lily baseline. Out front Schneider. McLeod. Adams. Adams 10-footer in the lane.
Nice, got it. CC Adams.
Excuse me, folks. Up and squeeze. The long 3, didn't get it. Rebound to Knapp. And a foul going to get called, I think, on number 33. Mackenzie Clemente, her 3rd foul. Nobody in the bonus yet. I doubt anybody will get there in the next minute and 7 seconds.
Yeah.
77-15, the Lincoln lead. Gracie Schneider and Cece playing catch with it out front. Gracie.
I'd say we're just going to probably work it around here.
Looks like we're going to work the clock the rest of the way. Not really much sense in doing much at this point. Adams. McLeod goes baseline Holmes. Holmes doesn't take the shot. Out front Schneider.
That one's hard because there was nobody out on her. She was right by the basket.
30 seconds to go in a basketball game. McLeod left wing. Charleston trying to put some pressure on the basketball, and the ladies doing a nice job of holding on to it and working it around. Holmes out front Schneider. Under 20 seconds to go here in the basketball game as some of today's crowd starts to file out. Reminder, the boys JV plays tonight at 5 against Decatur Eisenhower, and the varsity will play at 6:30. Boys looking for win number 20 on the year. Adams out front. She's going to run the clock out, and that's going to do it from here as the Lady Railers defeat Charleston 77-15 here in the matinee to go 25-0 and remain undefeated here in the Apollo Conference with a record of 7-0. And continue to lead the Apollo Conference. We'll have to check the standings later on to see exactly perhaps when they can clinch it. Actually, they're 8-0 in the Apollo Conference now. So Lincoln wins at 77-15. Let's send it back to the station for a 2-minute word from many of our fine sponsors. You've been listening to Lady Railer Basketball here on WLCN FM 96.3. Gymnasium this afternoon as the ladies defeat Charleston 77-15. And Coach, not much you can say after that one. Probably, I mean, the ladies played well. We shot the ball decently. The younger kids that got in the game
moved the ball well.
Moved the ball around.
Yeah.
But Charleston right now just is so young and so inexperienced and it's obvious from the floor. But give them credit. They hung in there. You know, I mean, they were still going at the end of the basketball game. They were trying to put pressure on. They were trying to score. So give them credit to their coaching staff, too, to kind of keep those kids' enthusiasm up as they go through a very tough season. Yeah,
and you could see that. It wasn't like their body language didn't show what the score was. I thought that was a positive aspect. If you're looking at things, you know, positively for a team, their body language didn't show that. They continued to work hard. They continued to support each other. Those are going to be big key ingredients and things that they're going to need over the next couple years. And like we said, playing varsity level, they're just getting bigger, faster, stronger, and it's going to benefit them down the road. So I thought our girls, you know, handled it well. We did some of the key things we said we needed to do, which was work on our outside shooting. I think we put up a couple different I think, we made a couple outside shots, saw different players working on some different moves. I thought defensively, we were working on some things as well. The ball movement, I really liked how we were hitting the short corner and hitting that opposite box a couple times. So little things like that we're going to need in big games too.
We talked about, from the Me Realty list of the game, we talked about avoiding the letdown after the Peoria game, which I believe they did.
Yeah.
When you put up 40 points in the first quarter, you're doing something right. They were aggressive.
Yep.
But anybody who got in the game was aggressive. I didn't see a whole lot of standing around. Shooting was decent. I don't know what the final percentage was, but there were shots we made. There were shots we missed. I mean, that's part of it. But didn't think we shot the ball all that bad. We did move the ball fairly well. Yeah,
I agree. I liked we had some inside-outside game today. We were hitting the middle of the zone and then kicking it out. Seeing some of those things that are open when you do face a zone, and we've seen zone quite a bit this year. We've seen a 3-2, we've seen box and one, we've seen triangle and twos, we've seen 1-2-2s. So we've seen a lot of zone. We haven't seen a whole lot of man-to-man of defense. Now, Peoria, he came out with it a little bit in that second half, and but really just not a lot. A lot of teams forcing us to shoot outside and trying to take away our drive. So that's why I thought it would be good. These are the type of games to work on that outside shooting, and because like we said, we have been seeing zone a lot. So another good crowd here at Lincoln High School again. So appreciate everybody coming out.
A nice crowd here at Lincoln High School, and to those of you who've been watching and listening, we want to thank you for joining us this afternoon as well. Again, the final score 77-15. Lady Railers move to 25-0, another record, their 25th consecutive win to start the season, and continue to march on here toward that Apollo Conference title and the regional. I think Coach Al said this week the regional brackets might come out.
Oh, good.
That's what he'd said. That the regional, I thought he said the regional stuff had to be in sometime this week.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was this week or last week, so I knew that it was coming up, and we had kind of talked about like who was hosting and where we thought we might be. So I would think that, like what Coach Rohr said, we should get the 1 seed, and I could see us playing in the Bloomington because they're not going to move Muhammad if they're hosting. So no,
I could almost see Muhammad getting the number 2 seed.
Yeah.
In the regional complex. And I could see that them staying. They're definitely going to stay at home, probably no matter what.
Right.
And I think we'll probably end up going to Bloomington as the clear number 1 seed. I don't see anybody else that I've seen there will even be close at this point in time. So the number 2 ranked team in the state wins it this afternoon, 77-15. What do you got for scoring, Coach?
All right, we'll run down. Yeah, we'll start here with Charleston, and we'll start with number 1, Elizabeth Swise. She had 1 point, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. We had Maggie Ingram finish the game with 4, Samantha Fehrenbacher with 3, Megan Meiserkoff with 2, and Annie Logston with 5. And for your Lincoln Lady Railers, hold tight because we got a lot of scoring here today. Lily Holmes, I'm going to put my glasses on so I can read. Lily Holmes with 8. Piper Whiteman finished the game with 8. McKinley Knapp, 2. Mia Clark, 6. CC Adams finished with 12. Gracie Schneider with 4. TG Tori Garrett with 2. Jenna Bowman with 8. And Chloe Froby with 27. So a lot of scores today.
Nice to see a lot of girls get in the scorebook today on the point side and score some points and get some buckets. Certainly doesn't hurt their confidence at all.
Oh, no.
Coach Rohr has joined us. She looks tired. The trip up here, Mount Everest, wear you out?
Oh, you know what? It's not like she's growing any, Good
and swollen, so yeah.
Well, congratulations on the win this afternoon. You go to 25-0, still undefeated in the conference, I believe at 8-0, leading the Apollo Conference. Not much you can say about this. You started off the game really well, and we talked about this, one of the keys. You avoided the after Peoria letdown.
Right. Yeah, they came out and played well. I mean, we got a couple steals off the press, which they love, so they thrive on that, and yeah, they did a good job. So there's not much to say. God, how many points do we have on the board before the half? They did a good job. They distributed the ball well. We played decent defense. We had a couple things, goals that we were going to work on today. Rebounding, running our offense, finding the open girl, making the right shot selections, the right passes. I thought, when I made subs, I thought they did well too, so no complaints.
We talked about that we didn't see standing around. We saw, there was ball movement. The kids were still playing. No matter who you subbed in there, I didn't see anybody standing around there. Hey, we still have some enthusiasm. We want to come in and wanted to play, and they played right up until the end. So I thought that was a credit to your bench. Nobody fell asleep during this game, which would have been very easy to do having a big lead like that.
Right, absolutely. No, they did a good job. Those were things that we talked about before the game was, we come out, we work hard, and I'd let them know if, we needed to pull it back a little bit. Like, I think at one point, once we were up 50, I said, okay, no more fast breaks or, things like that. Run our offense.
We talked a little bit about, you do feel for Charleston and their coach and their kids. To their credit, they're out there competing, and they competed up until the very end.
Absolutely.
Until the buzzer blew.
Absolutely.
They were competing, and they were enthusiastic. You didn't see from their body language that they got down. That's a credit to them and their coaching staff to keep their enthusiasm up at this point in the season.
Absolutely. I think that's, definitely credit to them. It's a hard thing to come out here and, have the score be what it was, but they never gave up. They never stopped working hard, and I think in the long run, I think that's really going to benefit them. And, as their program progresses over the years, I'm sure that at some point in time, they're going to be playing in the sectional again like they were just a few years ago, So, with the kids having the enthusiasm like that and working hard, I'm sure they're working hard in practice every day too. You see it on the floor today. So, they did a nice job.
I see you had an extra assistant on the bench down there for a while, and Finley Farmer. Was she able to call some of the plays for you today?
She was more of a cheerleader today, but she did a good job.
She had the pink tutu going.
Yeah. Listen, we need to give her dad a matching outfit. That would have been the enthusiasm. That would have been the camera shot today.
That would have been
the camera shot today. Okay, you got a Tuesday night game at Mount Zion. Probably going to be a little bit tougher than this one.
Oh yeah. They've got a couple good kids, and they've been playing well lately. They've been playing well. They've been beating some teams, so we're expecting a good game.
You're going to have a nice 3-game home stretch after that before you go into the season finale over at Mahomet. Pretty much, I would think you've got the number 1 seed sewn up for the regional, and we can speculate, but Bloomington's probably a good bet as to where you're going to go for the regional, not knowing what the pairings are at this point.
Right. I would guess that if we're the 1 seed, I'm going to assume that Mahomet's going to be the 2 seed. Mahomet's hosting, so they'll be at their place. They won't send them away from their home. And then, which will send us towards Bloomington, is my guess.
Becca Heitzig was back in uniform today, getting closer to being able to play. Any time frame or anything?
No time frame. We're just kind of playing it by ear right now. We want to get her in practice. We're just kind of easing her in. So right now it doesn't matter. If we lose the next 4 games, who cares? But I don't want to. Don't get me wrong. But it doesn't matter. What matters
I've seen a coach say that before.
But it doesn't matter. Having her healthy in the postseason is what matters.
Right.
So, and these kids, they're doing a great job right now, but our goal is, to do well in postseason, go real deep, and we want to have Becca for those games. So right at this point, she's not going to play on Tuesday. We're just easing her in, seeing where she is, how she's feeling, and we're going to just play it by ear, and we're just hoping that, come regional sectional time, she'll be on the floor. So we'll see.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks again. Congratulations on the victory, and thanks for coming up. Thanks for making the trip up here to join us on the post-game show. We've petitioned after the normal game for a wireless headset so we could send it down there because Coach Al needed oxygen about halfway up the bleachers at normal. And
maybe if you get a big gulp, a Mountain Dew or whatever he has in that.
I did notice he had a Gatorade the other day at the table, and I was like, wow, he must be taking a note out of my book with the Gatorade, because I was like, I said to my husband, is that a Gatorade he has at the table?
No way.
Last night he had a Gatorade, I'm telling you, because I was in shock.
I thought maybe the soda fountains were down at or they raised the price and said, I'm not paying that anymore. He and Effingham's coming up for him, too. That'll be a long trek up the bleachers to our position up there. But thanks for joining us on the post-game show. Fun victory today. Glad to see you got a lot of kids in the basketball game, and good luck coming up Tuesday night.
Thank you.
Hope to see a big Lady Raider crowd over at Mount Zion.
Me too. Thanks.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks for joining us on the post-game show. Do you have any insights you wish to add here at the end of this one?
I think we have talked about pretty much everything today, Jay.
How much can you talk about a 77-15 victory? I mean, we won.
We've come up with some other things to talk about.
So for my broadcast partner, Carrie Froby, for Joe Lee back at the studio, who helps us and keeps us honest, for Lloyd Kirby here, our expert cameraman, for our sponsors, hey, don't forget to patronize those fine sponsors. They help bring you Lincoln Lady Railer basketball. For station manager Jim Ash, this is Jay Harden. We know Railer Nation is happy about today's victory, 77-15 for the Lady Railers. Next Lady Railer game is Tuesday night over at Mount Zion. The next Lady Railer home broadcast that we will have will be February the 3rd when the Flaming Hearts of Effingham come to town. Then they'll be at home against Collinsville. And Lloyd, I'm looking over at you. We will not have the Collinsville game on February the 4th. I believe we have a conflict with the boys, don't we?
Oh, we won't have it.
No, they're both afternoon. They're both afternoon games. The boys are at Effingham, I believe, that afternoon.
Are we at Collinsville or it's here?
No, it's here. It's
here.
Okay. And then we have a home game against Taylorville on February the 7th. Again, there's a conflict there that we will be deferring to the boys. But we will be doing, apparently, the Mahomet game on the road on February the 9th. So you and I get to do a road trip.
Yay!
So that will give you kind of an idea. The boys are going to be playing tonight here at 6:30. Some of them already out on the floor warming up. Boys JV at 5, boys varsity at 6:30. Our next broadcast from Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium is this evening. Scott Kirby, Josh Connick on the call as the boys look for their 20th win in a non-conference action against the Decatur Eisenhower Panthers. So for everybody, and we hope you enjoyed this afternoon, let's send it back to the station. This is Jay Harden again. Lincoln won 77-15 this afternoon. Good afternoon, and thanks for listening.
WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com proudly present live stream video coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball. WLCN's coverage of Lady Railer basketball is brought to you in part by these fine sponsors. Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburger. Stop by before or after the game, located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln. Whether buying or selling, trust the professionals at Me Realty. For more information, check out merealty.com. Joe Ryan Country Financial, located in downtown Lincoln at 509 Pulaski Street. Call 217-735-4385. Heartland Community College, Lincoln. Heartland Community College is Lincoln's community college. At Heartland, you'll get the personal attention and support you need to be a successful student. Discover Heartland, discover your future. Visit heartland.edu/Lincoln. Schneider Masonry, family owned and operated in Central Illinois with over 40 years of experience serving builders, contractors, and homeowners. Free estimates available. Call 217-314-9654. Blades Nail and Hair Salon, located at 241 Madigan Drive in Lincoln, offering salon services for hair, skincare, waxing, nails, lashes, and brows. Go online to bladeshairandnailsalon.com or call 217-732-7213. The Comfort Inn and Suites near Route 66, providing you with relaxing accommodations and essential travel amenities you need. The Lincoln DARE program, Dare to Resist Drugs and Violence. The Hampton Inn in Lincoln. You'll love all the luxury and amenities the Hampton Inn has to offer, including a delicious full hot breakfast, indoor heated pool, and whirlpool, along with competitive rates. James Siddons, a proud supporter and longtime fan of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball. Thank you for watching WLCN's exclusive live stream video coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball. Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln.
Hi, Joe Ryan here with Country Financial. As pensions go by the wayside and your retirement approaches, have you thought about what your retirement income will look like? No, I'm not talking about how much money you have saved. I am talking about a retirement income, a guaranteed paycheck for life. That's right, a paycheck issued to you every month for the rest of your life. Sound interesting? Let's talk. 735-4385.
The preceding program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.